Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, all right, all right, all right. It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of our Oral D Pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Jones, the NBIC. And again, you know, I represent that Oral D. I want to give a shout out to the creators, the ancestors, the El Kebula and deities. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all the AKs and the ACs worldwide. Is you know that I'm outside to open your eyes and be aware and prepared for the European genocide. Round of applause for that. Yeah, man. You know, it was the top of the top. Definitely had to come on because usually, my days is not like how it used to be, man. I'm always on the grind, always on the move, and now I just, got in contact with one of my old clients. Now, I got a return service, so now I'm definitely gonna be booked. Probably go back to doing the podcast, probably like 9, 10 o'clock at night, depending on how I feel. Not gonna lie, as you get older, you do get exhausted, and I do be getting exhausted. You understand? But that's neither here nor there. Still no excuses. Still gotta do this work. Still gotta bring forth these facts, stand on facts. And that's what I wanted to talk about, man. I wanted to talk about the time for us to step away from the beliefs. We've been following beliefs and we have been saying this is what I believe. We've been saying this for years. And there's nothing positive that came out from our beliefs. I say this all the time. The last person that believed he can fly landed in jail. And R. Kelly is my favorite, if not the greatest R&B singer that ever walked this earth. I don't care what that man did. I'm just going to tell you the facts when it's pertaining to talent. Facts over beliefs. You could believe he's a monster. You can believe that he's evil. You can believe that he did wrong, pedophilia, etc., etc. But it can't override the fact that he is, if not the greatest, one of the greatest. You cannot have a conversation on R&B without having R. Kelly in it. Facts. Which leads to this conversation that I'm having today for as when it's pertaining to standing on facts and letting go of the beliefs. So in the last 2 days, I had conversations with, individuals. One was about my daughter's age, 24, and the other one was I probably say probably early 30s. And shout out to the young bull. You know what I'm saying? I feel the fire in him. You know what I'm saying? And we had a big build. Like I'm literally building with the brother for at least 45 minutes to an hour. And we was just having things and, having conversation, and I was just giving him insight, opening his eyes to the things that's right in front of us that we are blinded by plenty of reasons. Some of it is distractions, of course, the NBA, the basketball, and all the stuff that comes along with it, right? Playing the games and stuff, which is cool, right? You get that aspect, the distractions, then you get the other distractions when it's coming with these beliefs. And now that we're living in an age of technology where everybody has access to some form of devices, it's very important that the information that you're receiving, or should I say, it's very important to be aware that a lot of this information that you're receiving are information is given unto us by the enemy, who hires agents to present these ideologies to us. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that, yeah, we're waking up. Yeah, we see what's going on, but things are also working against us because of the shit that we continue allowed to go on. Right now, one of the main issues into this hike in price in um, the cost of living, these trife things, these tariffs, whatever you want to call them. The reason why, look, people, look, let me have a conversation with the AKs for a minute. First and foremost, I need you all to realize that wherever you are at, whether you are in the Caribbean or whether you in the West or whether you in Europe, if you are in any one of those regions, I want you to know that you're not home. You are in jail. Let me say that again. I want you to know that you're not home. You are in jail. Okay? Meaning, while in prison, okay, you are supposed to be monitored and watched by the warden, which is your president, okay, the board members, which is your Congress, and then all the other staff members all fall under the umbrella of making sure that you are under control. But what happens when the prisoners are outnumbering, or should I say, the inmates are outnumbering the guards, the wardens, the board members? What happens? Meaning, and when I'm saying what happens, or why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if you watch carefully, you will see that every law, rules, and regulations, especially bills that's being signed right now by your president, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about making America great. When was America great? America was great when Europeans was the dominant race on the land. So this is why you get the tariff. This is why you get in the ICEs, et cetera, because these people are in a state of desperation. This is about survival. They're becoming outnumbered. They need to gain back control. Biden was Biden was breaking their European stronghold. So they needed their Jesus Christ. They needed their savior to come. Somebody that looked like them, talk like them, address for them, and will fight for them with heart, mind, and soul. They needed to put that back on the stage. And this is what you guys are seeing. So the reason why you're seeing a lot of things going up is because they sit back and they watch us on social media. This is what I was telling the young bull. I said, they're sitting back and they're watching. They're seeing how much money we're playing with. They're seeing that we're promoting black owned businesses, black this, black that. They see that. They sit back and they say, okay. They see that you guys are going out the state and buying land and buying property. They're seeing that you're taking the stuff that they used to have. They see that you're taking it. They got to minimize the momentum, because the only thing that they got left is that little area called White Illusionville, where they sit in a place where nobody can get close to them. Not even you, Jay-Z, not even you, Puff Daddy. You can't get close to them. They'll allow you to come to the guest house, but you can't live next to them. And if they allow you to live next to them, you're the only one that's allowed to live next to them. So I had to explain to the homie and let him know, like, look, everything that you see going on is because they're watching, they're paying attention. They seen the money phones that we're doing. They seen the dollars that's being thrown in the air. They seen like, oh, these people are getting a little too close to us. Let's raise up everything. interest rate. Oh, these niggas is telling you about credit cards. Yeah, come into the credit card realm so we can entrap you with that too. Interest rates go up. I remember one time I'm paying. I'm like, yo, how the heck does this joint go from I'm paying $100 to now I'm paying 180? The heck? Oh, yeah, interest rates is going up. I said, what the heck that got to do with me? I signed a contract for this particular rate. I didn't sign a contract for no interest rates. See, a lot of you guys don't know that, but a lot of you guys can use that and remove yourself from these niggas because contract was breached. Once the contract is breached, I'm not subject to paying any level of interest rate. That's not what I agreed to. That's not what I signed up for. That's not where my signature went. You understand? But that's neither here and there. That's another topic in itself. Right? So I told the brother that, and he like, wow, it's crazy. And I told him, you are the generation that got to carry the baton after me. I'm getting up there in age, bro. The 80s babies are being muted out the way, bro. There's not enough of me to fight what I see every day. So my job as an El Kebulan representative, as the echo for the El Kebulan kidnaps. Yes, the echo. That's who I am, the echo. My job is to make sure I give you this baton and you take it and you run with it and you don't let none of these European distractions drop that baton. See, our people is dropping the baton, and the reason why we're dropping the baton is because we're standing on beliefs and not the facts. We standing on beliefs and not the facts. You see, religion and belief, because that's where it all originates from. Religion and belief, it all ties down to the same thing. Okay? See, religion and belief, they tie together because when you are subject to a religion and you operate in a state of belief, whatever that religion is promoting and delivering, you're going to stand on it with belief in hopes of one day being saved, one day being protected, one day being in the mix of an image that don't look like you. Like I spoke to another brother. He wanted to bring up the image. I said, my brand, I said, you got to cut it with this image talk. Because this image talk is what's keeping black people in a state of delusion. When you ask these Hebrews or these Bantus what are they doing other than giving the word, they're going to say giving the word because that's their job. Their job is to spread the gospel upon the four corners and then the end shall come. The end came a long time ago. The kingdom that you're waiting for is already here. This is Jesus' kingdom that he told you, that he prophesied that would happen, is here right now. You just blinded because you thought the kingdom was going to be run and operated by Europeans. I mean, by Negroes. No, the story that you're reading was designed to only be ruled and operated by Europeans. That's what the story was about. That's why the story was created. That's why it was forcibly forced upon you. That's why agents was created. This is why Abba Christian came. This is why William S. Crowley was awoken. This is why Charles C. Jones, all these people had one objective, is to reprogram the minds, the spiritual minds of the El Kebulan kidnaps, colonized worldwide, give them a new ideology and told them this is the way to operate and function if you want to get close to God. If you want to get close to what you had before we arrived, this is the only way to get it. And we ran. We've been running with it. Like, we standing on belief. We going to church on Sunday. We enduring the beatings. I'm seeing black people uh 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 represent a family, a deceased family that was taken out by police and go into the courtroom and say shit like, I forgive you, my brother, because this is what Jesus would do. This is what's going on, bro. Hey, this is the belief. This is the belief. We're standing on something that's not that has not been factual. Has it ever been factual? The answer to that is left to be answered, to be continued, to be continued, because shit is not adding up. And if it's not adding up, we as El Kebulan kidnaps, like I say all the time, you are not in a position. There's not a single AK or an AC in a position to say what is right and what is wrong, knowing that the information is coming from those that did wrong from you from the very beginning. You got to make that make sense. You can't expect to be redeemed and saved from a story that was given unto you by the enemy and was told, if you don't learn this and if you don't study this, you will be beheaded. You will not get eat. You will not get food. You will not get shelter. See, you guys don't understand the method to their madness. But you're letting bozos and weirdos stand on these podiums and lie and continue to lie and lie and lie and lie in hopes for what? And hopes to keep their classes up and running, to keep the finances up and running. It's the same fugazi, bro. The same fugazi. I did a live yesterday, and shout out to YouTube for not allowing it to blossom through the algorithm. Don't worry, I got something for you. Niggas is gonna get this barbecue chicken one way or the other. You understand? But when I did the live speaking about the ark and how the ark needs to be explained, it's not adding up. There's no explanation when it comes to the ark. There's no explanation outside of the information that they gave us. There's no information coming from the ark. There's no answers coming to the questions that we have when it pertaining to the ark. So if I can't get the answer, then that it only means that this story is not true. Its story is not true. Or it's just another mystical thing to keep us in a state of, wow, the power of God. I'm trying to figure out a man this powerful, with all this glory, with all this light, all this bright, all these angels, but can never stand before the devil, Lucifer, Satan, and just slap him up a bit and say, bro, you violating my people, bro. You violating my children. Hey, let me slap you up a little bit so you can sit down. Never happens, bro. Everybody's screaming prophecy, but the prophecies that you're screaming is prophecy that's only affecting the earth. Oh, look, the red moon. I told you. 24 days of darkness. But where's the prophecies for the people? Where's the prophecy? Where's the prophecy where I'm gonna be in my own zone, in my own world? Then the God comes talk to me in person and says, "Yo, Junior, I need you to do this." The Father, right? That we all know that was installed, interjected by no other than the Pope Nicholas. Yeah, Pope Nicholas is the one that wanted the word Father implemented in the New Testament, who goes back to the Orsinian family. See, I can talk these talks because I know what I'm talking about. I'm no longer under the hypnosis, bro. I'm going to tell you how I've been feeling for years. I'm no longer under the hypnosis. The final straw for me was the Bantu talk. The minute you took the story to Africa, you made me go speak to African people. When I spoke to the El Kebulan people and their history does not add up to the Biblos, you're telling me as an El Kebulan kidnap, you're telling me to put the history that's coming out of the words out of my people to accept or writings that we know that was rewritten by Europeans. You was out of your effing mind. You would never see me pick sides like that. And if anybody choose sides like that, you are part of the enemy. You are part of the problem, and you will be removed. I promise you. It's only a matter of time, guys. You will be removed. Anybody that's not trying to connect the people, brothers and sisters, back to their heritage, to their ways and their customs. And now, granted, it's a lot of wickedness that's going on in El Kebulan right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I just found out that one of the rituals that they do out there is they unalive the albino children. They go looking for albinos to unalive them to give them as a sacrifice. I don't stand for that. Like there's another one in Mozambique where they're looking for bald-headed men. They said the bald-headed man is like gold to them. This is Mozambique, okay? Okay. Now I don't know what these rituals is about. I don't know. I have to do my homework. I have to do my due diligence. But if you listen, if you told me I had to choose between the Mozambique rituals and the Biblos, I'm with the Mozambique. Because if it's wrong, the ancestors are gonna let me know it's wrong. The Biblos ancestors been letting us know it was wrong. We've been knew it was wrong. You've been fighting. Listen, if you think that I'm lying, I'm flying. Listen, check this out. You ever in the beginning of your journey when you let's just say you found out that you was a Hebrew, right? You know these niggas like to give you this ideology, right? Then you try to open the book and you started reading. You ever notice that by the time you get to the second page, you're already tired, exhausted, your eyes is burning, you want to go to sleep. See, they told you that it was demons that's preventing you from connecting to the word of God. No, that was not what it was. That was your ancestors saying, nope, I don't want my child, my continuation to be absorbed to the foolishness that we was absorbed to. You see, when the ancestors pass away, they go into another realm. And I'm gonna show you how you know this heaven and hell story is a complete lie. It's complete lies. Right? I was watching a video. Where's my other phone? It's over there. I was watching a video. And in this video, a dispute occurred between a man and another man in a gas station. The man in a full in an F-150 hits the truck, hits the car. A man in the back passenger now comes out the car. You understand? Comes out the car ready to confront the dude. The dude in the F-150 decides to back up, run the man over while hitting the gas tank. The thing exploded, right? It exploded. And then in the video, you see the man who just died from his soul just leaving his body. You see the spirit or the soul of that man running on video. Now, why am I saying this? The reason why I'm saying this because we got a story that's not true. That when you die, you're gonna see first. You're gonna see 7 days of this and this and that, and then there's gonna be eternal. That's all lies, bro. Stories that came from Paul, who we already know was an agent. The apocalypse of Paul, that's not true. It's a lie. The apocalypse of Peter, the two P's. The two P's are the ones that's giving you a in-depth account on what's going on. We're not even going to talk about Josephus. We're not even going to talk about Josephus. Do your homework on who Josephus really is. Don't let these Hebrews tell you he's a black man. These niggas is Europeans. All of them is Europeans. There's not a black man that's walking around calling himself Josephus. Stop. These are all Europeans. These are niggers trying to convert black people into their ideology, into their doctrine. And what do all of them have in common? All of them got their hands out. Give what you can. They're not gonna demand the money. They're gonna say, give what you can. And you guys are gonna be subject in doing it because they gotta do the works. They gotta do the works, but never went to work. Let me say that again. They gotta do the works, but never went to work. So meaning there's no 9 to 5. They just sit back and collect. Like the IRS. I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. Oh, they working from home. Oh, they got nothing but time to be on a computer and gather more fufu to feed you, to feed you, to feed our people. Like my young man that was like, yeah, man, it was the Moors that was teaching the Europeans. I said, the Moors doing what, bro? I said, Moors only means black, bro. Like, we have to kill this Moorish nonsense. Like, it's pathetic. I don't even engage in that shit, bro. Like when I hear the Moors talking that foolish thing, I look at them. I said, first of all, the hat that you got on your head is for the enemy. Okay? That's what the original Arabs was putting on their head. That's for one. Number two, you're calling on an Arabic god. Allah once upon a time used to be Alat, a female deity that's still with two other female deities, which they consider her sister. Alat. Stop. When Muhammad went to the Romans and he needed his own, he had to follow their blueprint. So they had to change Alat to Allah. Okay? Know what you're subjecting yourself to. Know what you're getting on your knees for. Huh? And even the brother didn't even know that. I'm like, wow. So you guys are fully invested into these religions and you don't really know what you are participating in. And yes, Moorish, this Moor shit, that's a religion. Just like the Bantu, it's a religion. Just like Christianity is a religion, just like Judaism is a religion. And what do all of these things that I mentioned in have in common, guys? They're all connected to Abraham. I'm not Abraham. There's nothing Abrahamic about me. There's no Abram. All of that Arab tongue, that's not it. When you find the El Kebulan version, you come holler at me. I'm no longer putting Euro-Christian, Arabic ideologies over El Kebulan. Never, ever again. And if you don't like it, too bad. But your students, they're waking up. Like I said, things are not adding up. So they're waking up. So they not only are they waking up, they're also questioning what you're telling us. They're waking up. They're not falling for the no more. This don't make sense, sir. This don't make sense, sir. You said that this was the last run. And like I tell both my little homies, both the young bucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Both let me rephrase that. What I said to both these young warriors, what I said to them, that all these internet, all these podcasters, all of these niggas would never want to touch on because it's never about redemption. It's never about saving and fixing. It's all about exposing the problem and capitalizing off the problem. Okay? So what I told these young bulls was easy. I said, listen, pimpin'. I said, in the Bible, your God or this God, we got to keep it in Lame's terms for niggas to wake up and smell the Kool-Aid. In the Biblos, God created Adam, looked at this little nigga and said, he can't be by himself. Why did God say that? Because he knows that everything that was created has to come with a balance. This is why you got 2 feet, 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 elbows, 2 ears, 2 eyes, upper lip, bottom lip, you name it. There's a reason why. The reason why is because life is a balance. And when he had Adam, he knew he was out of balance. He said, he can't be alone. I got to give him something to complete the balance. But you allow religion to make you overlook the most simplest important thing in humanity's life in general. You can go down the memory lane, you can go down history. You will see that for every kingdom, every castle, every king, every conqueror, every ruler, every president, every dictator, every whoever, all these niggas had a wife. Now, how does this ties up to the black problem? You ever notice that the Chinese is getting everything? The Arabs, the Jews, and now this is a race that's on the come up, guys. The race that's on the come up right now to take all you niggas' positions is the Mexicans. And you know why the Mexicans is like this at a rapid rate? Because they still stick to the manual that was created, the blueprint of humanity. They still sticking to that script. These niggas loving their wives. They wives be out of shape, head bigger than their legs, leg bigger than their head, belly sticking out, ass flat, the whole shebang. And these niggas cherish these women like they was sent from heaven for real. Cherish them. That woman cherish their man. They woman don't even care that their man is literally on King's Highway selling ices for 8 hours, coming home with $10, $20, $30, selling flowers, you name it. They don't complain. Sometimes these women are out there with their man, with the baby on their back, holding it. And then when it's time to eat, they sit down together, they laugh, they joke. I watch them. I'm like, look at this. Look at this. You don't see them on the internet doing woo rah 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 rah. But all you hear is niggas go on the internet woo rah 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 rah. And then you get these agents that's coming to sell you a belief dream saying, if you believe in Jesus, you will be saved. If you believe in Messiah, you will be saved. If you believe in Yahweh, Yahushu, and your cuckoos and the poo-poos, you shall be saved. If you believe in what the Biblos is telling you, if you can believe that the Biblos is talking about the black people in Africa, and that the Biblos and the God is the God of El Kebulan, if you believe, you shall be redeemed. They send you these agents to distract you. How many of y'all, how many black single women are a part of these organizations have yet to find a man? How many of y'all are even in pursuit to find a man? How many of y'all know that you're damaged goods and know that you're not even in a condition to have a man? See, but with religion, you can put that aside because Jesus becomes your man. The Lord becomes your man. I don't need a real man. I got my Savior with me. But show me where in the Biblos it was told for a man to be alone. Because according to your Biblos, your God said that it is wrongful for a man to be alone. It was wrongful for a man to be alone. Now here we are in 2025. We got a system that's telling man and woman to be on the opposite side of the field. You got women that's disrespecting men on this side. You got men disrespecting women on that side. And then who's left in the middle? The child. Who's left in the middle? The consumer. Who's left in the middle? The niggas that's trying to figure how the heck do we get out of this hellstorm. But they're not gonna give you that conversation. You will never see these niggas have a conversation where they're confronting the major issue within the El Kebulan kidnaps worldwide. And that is the division between the man and the woman. And everything is planning out just how they want it. The system is designed to continue to ensure that the man and the woman stay divided. But the ancestors are stepping in because we are too coward to step up. So they got to step in and do certain things that's gonna force our hand. Oh, you miss independent, or you making $4,000 in food stamps. Now you only getting $300. Oh, Section 8, you've been doing Section 8 for 5, 15, 10 years. Oh, you only could have that for 2 years. So everything that you want, everything that you desired, that you felt that you didn't need, you can stand on your own. Now you're gonna have to put yourself in a position to say to yourself, I think I need myself a man. I think I need to be an Eve. I think I gotta start singing, got a man that I think I'm gonna love forever. And together we'll be together. No matter where we go, I'll be thinking of you. I gotta love you. I gotta love you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna have to love somebody. That goes for you too, niggas. You're gonna have to love somebody. Because they don't care that you got 50,000 in the bank. They want to know if your credit up to par. They don't care for none of that. See, the hood that we used to call the hood is being taken right from under you. And you know why they doing it at such a rapid speed? Because yeah, they know niggas is waking up. Yeah, they know niggas like me is talking what I'm talking. So they gotta speed up, crank up the soldier boy, take everything from you. And the only thing that we're gonna left, the only thing we're gonna have left is the same thing we had left when we came onto these shores with shackles around your neck. It's your brother man from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Continue supporting. This is just one of many. We're gonna have these conversations. And like I said before, these niggas can tell you anything. They can tell you we in Exodus 5, Exodus 6, the final Exodus, the new Africa, the new Jerusalem. They could tell you anything that they want to tell you. And I'm telling you this, that until the man and the woman comes one, meaning I'm her 12, she's my 6. Until that happens, there will be no elevation. There will be no exodus. There will be no redemption. There will be no reparation. There will be nothing, because the very core foundation of humanity, you niggas is not keeping that up. So continue wishing, continue believing, continue putting your trust into the sky. When shit gets wrong, just get on your knees, look into the sky, sing kumbaya, and hope something falls into your lap. But when it don't, and when you find yourself 50, 60, 70 years old and shit ain't changed, and you still in America, still complaining. Listen, check this out. Before I leave, check this out. Everybody's talking about the next Exodus, the final Exodus. Let me ask you a question. If you're not even moving mountains, healing people, if you're not even connected to the land, when I mean connected, like spiritually connected to the land, to the turf, you really think the ancestors are going to let you come over there and then do what? Bring this Euro ideology to that place? I really want you guys to process this for a minute. Before you say what I'm saying is to be capped, I want you to just provide the intel. If what you're saying is true and it's factual, provide us with the information. Listen, I will be the first one up here on Saturday every day. It will no longer be the verdict. It will be summer conversation. I'll be everything. I'll go right back to the norm if you are able to provide me with some factual information. Documented. You said they was taken from the Bantu scrolls? Well, then somebody need to show me these scrolls. I'm trying to figure out how do you say it comes from the Bantu scrolls? But then when I read the East Coast of Bible, it has nothing scrollish in it. Still connected to the Euro-Christian ideology. Yes, you see, look, they left one thing, Sunini, you Sunni. Yes, you're gonna see that, but that's still not enough. That's still not enough. I need to see the original text. I don't need to hold it per se. Just put it up on an image. Let me see it. Let me screenshot it so I can read it. You're unable to do that? then you need to sit down. You see, I'm no longer gonna tell you things that can be proven by El Kebulan because I see how these Europeans literally slice and dice individuals, black people are sitting down following. If your teacher right now was to sit down with a with a James White, I promise you, the man would have got sliced and diced. Your man's teachings does not oversee the teachings of these Hebrews. One thing about these Hebrews, I'm not gonna lie, these niggas stay into the doctrine, bro. Damn niggas will go. They know the precept after precept. So basically, the understanding of the Biblos can never be outnumbered when it's outnumbered against the Hebrews. But the Hebrews themselves can't out precept the precept creators, the Hebrew speaking people. You got black people really believing they speak Hebrew, but can't find a black person that could speak fluent Hebrew right now. A relative, a family, a cousin, anything, nothing. Even the shit that you see on YouTube, they'll say one thing, and then I'm like, yo, does this really mean what this is? They'll say, no, that's wrong. Black people has created ghetto Hebrew, guys. Black people has created their own ghetto version, ghetto slang versions of Hebrew. They laugh every time they hear us say shalom. They say, what is that? What is that, my brother? Who shalom? What is that? Wait. Oh, it's Phoenician. That's not Phoenician. Who told you it was Phoenician? You don't know our language. This is our religion. You stole it. This is where they run to. Because again, it stands on no facts. It stands on belief, assumptions, and insertions. So those three things alone disqualifies any one of us to continue putting our entire life source into records that we know has been compromised, plagiarized, signed, sealed, and shipped to your ass. No, it's time for us to start looking into our roots. It's time for us to start talking to people that look like you, talk like you, dress like you, act like you, is of you, and is in complete understanding that they are the El Kebulan kidnaps. It's your brother, man. Are you dumb or are you dumb? And I'm a holla.